We're going to head down to the middle of the left-hand page. And again, we have some barely legible text. And if I select the text frame, I'm going to change the corner appearances because by default, whenever you have an object inside of InDesign, it has right angles to its corners. Again, this is just a text frame. So if I was to go up to the fill menu at the top and then scroll down and choose red light, then we can now clearly see our text. I will just go back to Object and choose Text Frame Options. And as before in the previous video, I'll change the vertical justification this time to center. So it will always stay in a vertical sense, the center of that box. I'll click OK. Now you can access the corner options from the top in the control panel, and you can also find them over on the properties panel on the right hand side of the screen. Same fields and options are available. If I go up to the drop down menu, you can change the default style of none, which is just a right angle. You could change it to fancy, bevel, inset, inverse rounded and rounded. Well, in my case, I'm going to choose inverse rounded. Now that's quite high. And when I say high, I mean the value there of the amount of inverse rounded. It's 4.233 millimeters, which is 12 points in typographic terms. So I'm going to tap that down and I'm going to set that to 1 millimeter should be absolutely fine for this. Again, if I'm happy with the appearance of that, I can go to the Object Styles panel, hover over the new icon, Alt or Option and left click at the same time. I'll call this banner text. Make sure Apply Starter Selection is turned on, and then I'll click OK. And if I go back and zoom out, there is another text frame at the side. And if I go to banner text, I can apply the same formatting there and they are linked. So if I hide the grids and guides, they have the exact same appearance. If I zoom into the second one, with the selection tool active, you'll notice that I can change the width. It does not alter the corner appearance. So you can modify the width to adjust accordingly to whatever's inside of the text frame. If you wish to, you can also go across to the word corner, and any word inside of InDesign or any Adobe app which has an underline under it, you can click on, and it's a hyperlink to a more complex set of options. Here you'll notice that you can modify each of the corners in the selected frame. When you modify them by default, because they are linked, they'll all change. But it is possible to alter the appearance of every corner independently. I'm going to click Cancel inside of there. You can access the same options at the top in the control panel by hovering your cursor over this icon here. It's a small grey square with 4 blue squares on the corners. If you Alt and left click on that, it'll take you to the same set of options. I'll click Cancel. But that's how you can create corner styling inside of your plain text frames in InDesign.